Hello, welcome to FountainFX on Thursday the 20th of March 2014. Yesterday evening, 8 o'clock, there was major news come out of the US, and basically they are reducing the rate of debt creation by $10 billion a month. So that had a positive effect on the US dollar and pushed the Euro US dollar down by a massive 100 points. From this 139.20 area all the way down to the 138.20 area. So 100 points it fell. If you were watching it at the time, great opportunity here because price consolidated into a very tight channel of only 5 points for an hour. So I shared with you yesterday how you could have traded that and taken that profit by running on the 5-minute chart, by running a trend line all the way down here. You'd have been triggered out. I took profit off at this point, just me. I was bored, I needed to go and do something else. But you could have carried on with that, and really it was at this point where the trend line would have been broken on the 5-minute chart, and you'd have taken some price off around about the 138.25. So if you did take that, you've made 85 points of trading profit, which on a standard lot size of only $1,000 of your money, risking probably only $100 of it in the trade, should it have gone against you, you'd be now sitting happy with a $850 profit in your trading account. So that's the beauty of trading Forex, especially trading the Euro US dollar. Some days it does absolutely nothing, but despite the fact that it seems like there's no movement, no volatility, it's still relatively safe in which to trade. This morning, since then, price has really gone sideways, not done a lot. Ran a trend line along here, broke below it and then pushed above it, and then finally broke below it again. It's reached this area, creating an area of resistance at the 138.40. I'm just going to take that trend line off so that we can see it a bit clearer. So it broke out above this area of consolidation, but not with much momentum or force. So really what actually happened was, if I raise this up here, is that we saw that price actually created an area of resistance off which it has fallen. Now we need to be aware of the 138.16 down here. And just to double check, if we go down into the 5-minute chart, I can show you how you could have taken this trade, how you could have got into it, right? Price, European Open, suddenly got very small candlesticks, and then you suddenly get a big candlestick. Momentum suddenly starts to appear in the marketplace, and it pushed above the 138.40. We then had a pullback, another candlestick up, but that candlestick didn't break above this previous high. So we've now got a lower high, and also we then had a bearish candlestick immediately after the bullish candlestick, showing that there's indecision in the price. At this point where the line is, you could have taken a trade off the close of this, which is the 138.39 for short, and as you can see, then we did get some momentum down. However, that didn't continue, that wasn't sustainable, and price pulled back up. A close of that trade around about here would have given you about 6 points of profit, even though it's a failed trade, and you sit and you wait for the next opportunity. Price comes all the way back up, whipping up and down. Okay, so still some indecision. Finally pushes back up into this area of resistance. So if you hear what I'm saying, resistance, support, yeah, momentum, gets back up into the 138.40. Yet again, only reaches a high. If you look at the wick of 138.42, equals the previous high, and with the wicks above and below, it shows indecision. Not a huge amount of indecision, but still indecision. And it's followed by a slightly engulfing bearish candlestick from the bullish. So that's giving you a signal off the highs, so the resistance. So it's basically saying still can't get there. So to sell at this point on the close of that candlestick at 138.39 would have triggered you into this trade. Then by placing your simple trend line strategy from highs to highs like this, okay, running from a high to that high, we now have this trend line. Okay, on this candlestick here with a wick that came all the way back up, you may have almost got stopped out, but you didn't, because it didn't close above that trend line. So came up to it and then pushed down. It might have been a good entry. As you can see, price is still pushing down. It's trying to break through this area of support of the 138.16. So we're still pushing down. Now, one thing we need to be aware of is what news is coming out today. If you want to maintain your profit, you can just have a trailing stop, a managed stop. So I would have my stop around about the 138.30, which is previous high. You may want to bring it a bit closer if you wish. But at the moment, if we've gone from 138.39 down here, 138.20, below there, where are we? We're down at the 14. So we're 25 points up in this trade with the European Open. So not bad. We had a failed trade for 6 points. We're now 25 points up. So we're looking at 30 points already on the day. Let's just take a quick look at what the news. And if we look again, we don't have any major news on the euro. There's a slight bit of news that's coming out, but it's the US dollar. Unemployment claims, existing home sales, and the manufacturing index. So from 2:30 this afternoon, there's going to be some other major news, hopefully to compound and support the strength of the US dollar, and we can watch the euro and the dollar continue to fall. However, it may not, it may be negative, it may cause a stop and a reversal, but we need to be aware of this. I would recommend, if the price is still falling and you're still in a nice downtrend, that at 2:30 p.m. or in fact 2:15 p.m. to 20 p.m. you actually look to close your trades wherever they are, bank your profit, and sit back and watch what is going to happen in terms of this news, and plan to see if it's positive news for the US dollar, what are you going to do? If it's negative news for the US dollar, what are you going to do? If it means absolutely nothing, what are you going to do? And also then obviously use the likes of technical analysis to then see where there's areas of support, resistance, and that, to be able to take a trade and take opportunity from this. So that's really it from FountainFX. Happy trading, and may your profits continue to run.